here we go. Using my Alps Mountaineering Lynx tent now because it's a little bit more stealthy of a color than the Ibex, which is a very light sage green, which really stands out. So I'm gonna try it for a job here. I think I know I keep like doubting what I'm gonna do here, but I think I'm gonna try, even if it's Walmart, try to go up there and apply and see if I could get a job, make some money. So this is my little campsite here. This is it. So I moved further back here, so I don't want to be seen. Right. So yeah, if I could make money, I could go back to the white. Maybe not to fight though. I don't want to be fighting over money anymore or junk like that. Just I'm not interested in kind of fighting anymore, So I'm gonna brush my teeth here. Yeah, trying to get my life back together here. It's been pretty chaotic. No work for a long time. Ohio wasn't really good for me. Just no work at all. Just nothing at all. So you can see the woods here. It's a nice wood here. Big, nice big woods here. So. Yeah, if I can make some money here, that's all I really want to do is start working again. That's pretty much my desire. My goal in life is just to go back to work. Yeah. Try, but of course I can't guarantee anything, there's just no. Gonna say, well, yeah, where you live at here, you don't have an address here. They might say that too. So I don't know. Okay, I'll be right back. Praise the Lord. There we go, dear viewers. Drying my ground sheet up from my Ibex tent there. Make sure it's totally dry. And yeah, it's a nice little spot back here. Bunch of cedar trees. Yeah. So we shall see what happens here. It's a pretty big city. It's a lot of people here. A lot larger than I thought it would be. According to what I read online, it's like 83,000 people. This city, a lot of people, a lot of ethnic, I seen an Arabic restaurant yesterday, Mexican buffet. They had a lunch buffet. I thought it was an Indian place. I stopped there. It was a Mexican place. A couple Indian restaurants here. Yeah. So if I could just get a job here, I could make the money, I could leave, then I could get out of the United States. The United States ain't doing too good here. I'm just ready to get out. I don't think it's a good place to live anymore in the United States of America. No. In the state of Tennessee, if they criminalize homelessness, if you don't have a home, if you're homeless, they made it into a felony here. Could you believe that? A felony? It's terrible. It's heartless. I think Donald Trump started that, his so-called war on crime, I guess. So he made, with a broad brush, made homelessness a a felony, a criminal offense. If you don't have a home, then you're automatically a felon in the state of Tennessee. I think it was signed into law by the Governor Bill Lee, 2023. So that's a terrible law, yeah. Making people without a house, a home, a criminal, yeah. If you're living in your car, some people aren't. They have nowhere else to stay. You're a criminal, you're a felon. I mean, you're equal to a murderer. I mean, does that really make sense? Declaring people equal to a murderer if you don't have a home to live in. To me, it don't make sense at all. But that's what we got here in the state of Tennessee. There's other states got that too, like Missouri, and I can't think of them all, but I looked online yesterday, so they declare you a felon if you're homeless. So you're basically equal to an axe murderer or a rapist, if you don't have a place to live, yeah. So, very, very sad our countries. They call this a free country, right? You're supposed to be living in a free country, a land of liberty and freedom, but yet if you're homeless, you're a felon here in the state of Tennessee. It's like I don't know what your state is watching this video. Don't make sense. It's overdone, yeah. It's just senseless, senseless law, yeah. But you have to live, have to survive best you can. Home or no home. I haven't had a home to live in since 2007, so except when I lived at my sister-in-law's for those 2 years, up in that bad attic. But other than that, I've been pretty much without a home. Wow. It's shocking, that's all I could say. Shocking, yeah. That's what the United States is like as a country. Heartless. I think Donald Trump started that, like criminalize homelessness. So I don't agree with everything Donald Trump does. He's not my God. I don't worship Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not perfect, or always ideas aren't always right. I agree with some stuff he's done, like going after the illegal aliens. They should be deported. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But like homeless people with no home. Not every homeless person is on drugs or mentally ill or hooked on a bottle. I'm certainly not any of those things, but according to the state of Tennessee, I'm a felon, yeah. I can't believe that. It's like, wow. But I still have to work. I still have a life to live. I still got a wife to support. Madness, that's crazy, and that's a Donald Trump thing, yeah. What does Donald Trump really care about the homeless, yeah? Nothing, apparently. Or Bill Lee, the governor of Tennessee. They're comfortable, they've got their comfortable lives, so. All these so-called conservative pundits like Kennedy, they're all living comfortable lives, so. Yeah. We'll get back in the tent. So I'm glad I'm using this tent because the other one's too light, too small. This is much better, yeah. I like this tent. I use this when I was in the Hoosier. It's a lot bigger than the Ibex. Wow, much bigger. how my tent gets tracked up. These shoes are dirty. So I don't know, track my tent up with debris. Hard to keep a tent really clean. Let me get rid of this guy here. There ain't nothing else on. I'm not really into these talk shows much. Hannity I never liked. I'm not a Hannity fan at all. It's conservative. They're comfortable. They made their money, so they could lecture you about right and wrong, but they themselves, they live comfortable lives. So, nothing I could say. All right, so that's it.